But we can start our live. Welcome, Paula. Welcome to our series of getting to know our Herteg team.
Hi! This is the first time. I'm usually the one starting this live from the account, so I'm the first time I have to add myself to it.
Hey, there you go. We live and we learn, huh?
Yep.
But here we go. Digna, you can start with the intro for your sister.
Okay, so she's a colleague, she's a sister, she's a teammate, and so much more for both of us. Known for being an animal on the floor and a smart, wise woman outside the lines. The fire she brings on the court, she also brings to her take and the community. Not the most punctual person, but when she arrives, the party can begin. This is our Paula.
Hey,
Woo!
she is.
So obviously, we know a lot about your journey, the same as kind of we knew about Alexa, but we also want to get to know you on a deeper level, and we want our community to know you even more. So everybody who is listening while we have the live, if you have questions, ask the questions, and we're gonna try to answer it as we go. So Paula, maybe you can tell us a little bit how your basketball career started.
First of all, I feel like really on the spot, so now I feel know how our guests are feeling. But okay, so my basketball journey started like a week after you, Digna. So I was like this artsy kid doing gymnastics and dancing and singing, and so we did that together. You just grew really tall, so you ended up going to with one of our friends to basketball. So I was the big sister, even though you were in the first grade, I was in the third, and I had to take you to your practice. And then when we went to the practice to yeah, I could not just sit on the side. I wanted to go and do everything as well. But at first I was like, no, I don't do basketball. And but then I could not sit on the sideline. And I was like, I asked the coach, can I go in? And she said, no, you don't have the like the proper sports attire. So the next day I started. So literally like two practices or 1 week later than you. So yeah, we did in TTP. We started the first year, and then our coach went to Rieden, and we followed her. And since then, we've been in. Hi, Boki. Since then, we've been yeah, all of us playing in Rieden, and then that's pretty much it. That's the beginning.
Yeah. So do you think that actually it helped that we were together, playing together always?
I don't. It didn't help the nerves of the coaches and our teammates. That's for sure. Um, but it was good that we had like we were competitive against each other, but we also could support each other as well. I know that with we always were playing with the older girls and everything, so it was not easy. It's not easy to sometimes go and play with the like somebody older because you feel like a little bit out of place. But we were kind of we were there always for each other, so that support system, that was good, because I mean it's hard to be away from your parents always with the tournaments and different camps and everything, so we had each other and that was good. But with that also came a lot of like fighting and things like this, so I think everybody who have played with us can agree with that. But I think we made
But hey,
ourselves.
it's the sister power, no?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I feel like all this. If any siblings are listening to this, just you can comment if what's your experience with that. But since we are so close in age, like we're kind of same. So yeah, I also pushing my authority on you never really worked. Unfortunately, maybe like if we had a 1 more year difference, maybe. But yeah, but I think it was good. I think we have made each other so much better, and I think there was a moment when where you are looked at as sisters only and not really as individuals. But I think since we both went to different colleges, that also has changed. We both have like a lot of our friends, a lot of our community is the same, but we also have our own individual experiences, which is really good as well, because now I think that maybe also with siblings doing a lot of the same things can get lost in that thing. So I think we have a good combination of it, doing something together, growing up together, supporting each other, making each other better, but also being like individualistic people.
Yeah, I think you said it pretty well. Because the sisters, like I know, like with my sister, we have 8 year difference, and whenever we do something as at least a little slightly competitive, like we just go at each other with trash talk and stuff like that. I don't know if that represents my intelligence level or hers, but it's just, I think it's just in the family when you push each other, you know? It's like
There's
more
just no
than,
holding back, you know?
yeah,
Like with siblings, you don't have a filter, you know? In that
exactly.
moment, like,
There are no
oh no,
social
I should,
norms.
yeah, you should take the highest ground, the high road, and like, okay, hold yourself to some standards with like, the trash tag and all of this. But with siblings, no.
No.
They're like, that because that relationship is so safe, you can be I don't know, the most mad, the most competitive, like, and you know that you're gonna be fine afterwards. I mean,
But
the
we were actually going out of line sometimes. Now when I remember it, like I remember the exact game and everything. We were like playing against BSCs, and like we actually had a fight on the court.
I
Like
think
we were
that fight is
I don't
just
remember that.
legendary. I think everybody knows about
we
that
were
fight.
hitting each other on the court, like when we were running back on defense or something. Like I don't know if I didn't get the rebound or something, but you were just starting to yell at me, and I yelled at you back, and then we just started to literally hit each other while we were playing. And then actually, like the one when we were like, well, that was right after the game, but we have even the video in a national team when we won. And then we suddenly just start to hit each other just out of nowhere, and there's like, this is on
That
video.
video I remember, but the Biesi's game I really don't remember
Coach
actually.
took me coach took me out of the court, and then he starts to yell at me when I was like not the one who started. And then he was just like mad at me because I was not listening to what you were saying, and I was just so upset, and I started to cry and
Yeah, you
everything.
have to listen to what I'm saying.
I was just crying on the bench afterwards. I was like, this is not fair. Like I'm at
That's
the
why you
fight
remember, because you lost that fight and I won. That's why I didn't remember, because I won the
Okay,
fight.
sisters. Okay, sisters. Okay, sisters.
again.
So let's move on to your QU and academics in college. So first of
That's why I
all,
put on, not a day, it's not a her take day, it's a QU day.
period, represent. So, what do you think were the qualities that made you successful on the basketball court and made Quinnipiac choose you?
I don't know. I mean, there were a couple of the teams that recruited me, and I went to visit QU in and South Florida. And there was something just about the vibe and the team and all this that I just knew like it could not really be topped. When I committed, honestly, I was like, okay, a little bit concerned just for the fact that because the girls that I really connected with, those were the ones that gonna graduate that year. I don't know, like I didn't really meet that many other players to be honest, which I mean one player, but I was like, yeah, I feel so good with these girls, and then it just like I committed and then it hit me that wait, they're not gonna be there. Um but why they chose me, I think they are really a team that's committed to uh fulfilling the goals, not just on the like for the players, not only on the court but also academically. Like they really went like all in all, just to make my schedule, like my coach was meeting with my academic advisor 3 semesters, um, like before. to make the schedule that would work, because sometimes there would be just one class and one time for that class in like a whole semester, and if I don't take it, like I fall back big, in the program. Like with engineering, it was, you know the second you don't pass something, you cannot take the next things. So and there are, like, I mean, even in regular students, it's like common that you would finish in 5 years. You just stay extra year, you take some summer classes, because if you just didn't pass like math or something like this one time, it's like,
It's over.
yeah, like I mean, it's over, like, because you everything is like a prerequisite for something else. So
Yeah.
they were, and I was not alone like this. We had so many players with double majors. With I was not like one girl who was graduating. She was like, so she was a senior when I was a freshman. She was also the first graduating class for engineering. We had biomedical students. We had so many players that was really what was important for me, was the education, and they showed the effort that they're gonna make it work,
Mm.
and that for them that's important as well. So I think that we connected on that level, and just the like the culture of the whole school, and especially athletics, that was something that i I really appreciated. I really had a good connection with the coach, and it was not those stories about crazy coaches and the crazy practices. We practiced a lot and we did everything like super hard, but there was a meaning and there was a thought behind every drill and every practice. So even if it was hard, if you know why you are doing this, then it kind of makes it easier. And it was, yeah, everything was with purpose, everything was with reason. There was, yeah, nothing like we just work hard just for the sake of working hard.
Mhm.
And why they chose me? Probably because of that, fighting spirit that I showed with the national, like youth national teams. They wanted somebody with that work ethic and like diving to the balls and things like this.
Yeah. I mean, you basically answered all the questions that we had written for the academic part, but I just wanted to mention that already, like these two that I'm on the live with, like they were already like golden grade receivers, like they're super smart and stuff like that. And I think for you too, you too. Anyway, but Paula, like doing engineering with the schedule of basketball and in NCAA is crazy to me. And I'm really grateful that your coaches were like so smart that they made it a priority to accommodate your like academics with the practice schedule, because I've had an experience that a girl goes to a university and she wants to be a nurse. She wants to do nursing school, but it's not really possible. And if you're not flexible with the practices and stuff like that. And so she did do a year in that school, but then she transferred because her dream was really to get that nursing school education while playing basketball. So I think you had a great experience on that part. No.
Yeah, and I think I mean, I don't know how it was. Like both of you guys played with the major, conferences. So I don't know if that's just something it may, like, in the big conferences, that's also the case that you can find these things. But I feel like that maybe, I mean, obviously, first of all, I didn't know anything about the conferences, how they rank and all this.
Yes.
But in the end, as I was in a mid-major conference, we still played super good and we won a lot. But they know that a lot of like most of these players, like, especially if you think about WNBA, like, you can have maybe one player in the whole conference that might go to WNBA afterwards. So obviously the priority is the studies. And even if, like, I'm playing pro now, like, that's something that nobody will be able to take away from you.
Mm,
And studies, obviously that's because of the school, but also basketball and all this, I think teams that work with the individual goals of the players, and they are in the sync, and they just don't ask you to let's say sacrifice everything for the team because the team is the most important, but like they also show that they prioritize your individual goals.
You were
Players don't.
human.
Yeah, you are a human, and then those players give back to the team like 3 times. I'm always saying like when you take care of the players, players will take care of your team.
Period.
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 Okay, so Paula, everyone has like crazy memories from college. Like I think my most crazy memory, I think, is playing just with COVID and during COVID, like everything. Like there's a lot of things also else happening, but like that's probably like the most crazy thing that has happened because it was just so long. And yeah, and playing without fans and everything. So, what's the most crazy memories of college career?
There was a lot like crazy things, but obviously the most like memorable thing was going to Sweet 16, you know. I mean, that was just crazy because we were the Cinderella team of that um we were Cinderella team of that year. We went to Miami. That was like a whole thing, you know? And then beating Miami at Miami, like I don't know, we were so happy, so thrilled. And but the thing is like the whole America was surprised that we did it, but we were really not surprised. We were really going for it. And I just remember at some moment, Coach Mountain, our assistant coach, was um, like getting like worked up and stressed about something. And I don't know where I had the confidence. I just look at him and I put like a hand on his shoulder in the time. I'm like, Coach, relax. We got this. I was like, who am I? Who am I? I mean, in the end, we
Sit back
won.
down. Sit
But
back down.
yeah, I was like, we got this. Let's relax. And then we had this. Our coach always had some meanings about things, you know, like some symbols, and we had this like two ladder, like little ladder for the playoffs and the NCAA, like the tournament. And the school president came to the NCAA tournament, so when he saw this like little ladder with like just 2 steps, he's like, "Oh, if you win or something like this, I'm gonna bring you the fire truck with the big stairs, you know, the big ladder." So when we got back to the campus, like really, there was like a fire truck by our by our gym, and it was like a whole thing. So I think that was probably the craziest thing because honestly, those memories, like winning, and we really struggled that season. Like I think a few weeks before like the conference playoffs, we lost 3 games in a row. So like that's a lot, you know. And then even even a MAC tournament, every game we won, you know, like to win that tournament, because you have to win the whole tournament in mid majors even to make it to the NCAA. um, every time we were down like 10 or maybe even more points. So every time we were struggling, every time we coming back from behind, but that perseverance like paid off big time when we got those first games. Obviously, when we got to the Sweet 16, we played against Asia Wilson. These girls were South Carolina. They were just dunking in the warm-ups. So we were kind of like cones. We lost by like 30 or 40 points, but
That's
we went to.
okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It was the journey up until then. And honestly, they won the national championship that year, so you cannot really be mad to lose to the champions, right?
Yeah.
Or at least that makes me feel better.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so that was like a good part of like your like actually amazing part of your college career, and actually like it was amazing. Alexa has went to the top 8 as well and like had a really good success. And I feel like, but for basketball players, when you're doing good, it's like really like kind of really easy to keep that like mindset, everything is good, like we're grinding, like everything is good. But then maybe there are some moments when there's not so good moments, when we're feeling down and like it's not working out, and like maybe you can tell us about like maybe like not such a good season, or like or such a good like part of the season, and then how did you come out of it, with success still?
I mean, it was super hard for me to adjust to America in general. I feel like the first year everything was new and you're just homesick, you know? There was a lot of times you just cry and I think
I
I'm
remember.
such I'm such a yeah, I'm such a person that I need my people, you know? And but so I missed and I felt like I obviously and also in high school I was studying with 1 year older girls, so 1 year above. So all my teammates, you know, my year, they're still in high school and I'm the only one out and I'm away and I feel like I'm missing everybody's lives. So I was really homesick about like that year, but that's part of everything. But I feel like that's just gonna come off probably a bit weird, but America was just not really my place. Like sometimes maybe it was the school and the area or something. I mean, I loved my friends and I loved everything, but there was something about just the mentality of people in America, you know, and like I'm the person who's, you know, it's hard for me to shut my mouth about like political stuff and philosophical stuff and you know, things like this. And coming to a place, it was really, I was thrown out of my comfort zone about like how people even approach these kind of topics. And that's maybe something outside basketball at all, but um I'm the person who almost always pushes myself like outside the comfort zone, you know, always like bursting my bubble and going somewhere a place new. And I love people and I have like immense empathy for them. Um but it's hard for me to communicate sometimes with people who like just try to stay in their bubble. And that was a not with all people, but that was a quite a common theme just living in America. And then I think that was the hardest part for me. And obviously, you know, studying and playing, like I was burnt out like a lot. Like my senior year, like I didn't really sleep, and I'm not gonna, you know, you don't have to sugarcoat it. Like to combine all of these things, plus we were training for the World Cup that I didn't make it in the end. Like I missed a whole month of school. So in the senior year, when you have all these projects, like I didn't sleep. So that was like just the schedule wise and just like the yeah, that always constantly have to think about what you should say and what you should not say in certain situations. That obviously has made me more prepared for the business, maybe life, you know. But so that's maybe like this because fortunately I didn't have big injuries, you know. Um, in the end, yeah, poo poo poo. Like in that time, we won a lot. You know, we won 3 championships. I played starting five from my first year. So I know my story is not the one that maybe a lot of people resonate to. And I completely understand that. But um, yeah, there was a lot of times that I had, like, I was one click away of getting on that flight, really. And it was my mom who just literally said, like, you can come home if you want to. Like, I cannot stop you, but in few years in the future you're gonna be mad at me that I didn't stop you. So I'm like, okay, like because there was a moment I was like, okay, I can play somewhere else, I can study somewhere else. Like this is just not it for me. And I feel like even if you put everything on a paper, it doesn't make sense how you're feeling. Like at some moment you're gonna feel low. So and that was a lot of times, especially in that middle of the sophomore junior year when you still have so much to go on, but you already have put so much work into your degree, into the seasons, into your team, in your friendships. Then you're like, okay. But in the end, like I just stayed. I just understood, okay, home is gonna stay there. My family is still gonna be there. They just call away. I have friends and the friendships that are real gonna stay with me, through all of this. But the work I have put in, it's worth this. So
Yeah,
I don't
and
think I answered your question, but
yeah, you
there
did.
was,
And
yeah.
go, sorry, I stopped you.
No, I'm just saying, like, there was not really like one big obstacle that I had to overcome when I think about it, like over the 4 years. But it was just that constant grind and burnout mentally and physically, and that, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy to study like I don't know how many hours, like yeah, during the day, then go practice, then come home, go eat and then study until middle of the night. Then, sometimes we were sleeping in the classrooms really, like in the labs and all this. I remember one time we had this one project done. We were studying. We all of us like we literally stayed in the classroom, like or the labs, wherever we were, throughout the night. And we had at 12 we had the presentation of for all of it, and professor comes in like half an hour before, like seeing that we've been like literally we haven't really slept. We've been just like up all night, like so we all look like really crazy. He's like, you know that you have to be representable and you have to be in like nice clothes. In 30 seconds, we all just like panically left, went somewhere, found some good clothes, like 15 minutes later coming back and like, okay, like with blue circles underneath our eyes presenting this project. So a little moments like this that
But
just build.
like, when else would you do it if not in your youth years, if not in your early 20s?
Yes. But after that, like after college, there was a year I did not pick up a book, like at all, not even to read
Of
for fun,
course. Of
because my
course.
brain was just cooked. Now I feel like I don't even remember anything I've studied, but I, I'm sure it will come back when I will need to.
For sure. So you gave us a great, well, very big answer about
There's no
the
answers. If I
question.
don't have a straight answer, you're gonna have a monologue.
But okay, let's move on to starting your career. Obviously, you answered the question of that really states was in your place. So on your senior year, you were sure you were gonna go pro, right? And what?
No, I'm
Yes?
saying yes, yes.
Okay. And so how was that how was that moment between graduation and like looking for an agent? How did that look for you?
Honestly, I just remember couple of like when our season ended, couple of the agents just contacted me, just knowing because I'm a European, first of all, that if I wanna play pro. So I talked with you and then I signed, and I just remember like it was I signed with the agent in the most like random time. We were honestly in the middle of some party or something like this, and I just like, yep, I signed. And then we just took a little toast for that. And then from there it was was graduation. I came home and I didn't really know how all of these things work, but I really signed with the like with the team in August. I wanted to go to Hungary my rookie year, but in the end I stayed home because after 4 years I felt like I wanted home, just be home for 1 year. We played with TTT in EuroLeague that year, and the major thing what I wanted to do is finally get my driving license because I studied for that in high school, and then I never finished because I had to go to America, and then we had 4 years, and every time we went in the summer, then we had the national teams and all this, so I never did. So okay, finally I need my independence, I need my thing, so I started the whole process all over, and then like at the second part of the season, the COVID hit, so I was
Well,
like
yeah.
for
And also, it's really hard to like really go anywhere as a like just for people maybe who are listening who are in college or whatever. Like, it's really hard to start to play professionally if you don't really have that driver's license, because when you go to a different country, like, and you like the teams will most likely either offer you to share a car or give you a car, and like if you don't have it, it's really hard to like go around. Like you need to get to the gym, you need to go to get groceries, like you're by yourself. So like you have to get independent very quickly. That already happens in America, but when you go pro, it hits twice because you don't have no one at your place, or your even age, maybe in the age gap, like maybe it's like just like people with kids there, and like people who work, and then maybe
yeah.
some in like very young, so like you're pretty much like you have to adapt very fast yourself. So like a car is a big difference, like if you have
I
it or you
mean,
don't have it.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. Also, in when you're a pro, you are like adult. You know, you live like everybody else in college. You live on campus. So even if there's multiple campuses, and there's also shuttles and all these kind of things. And in America, more, you know, a lot of a lot of people already have the driving licenses because they can get it earlier, so you can just drive with other people. But in Europe, yeah, that was one thing I just needed to get done, and that's the main reason I stayed home. But obviously, like playing in EuroLeague, that was super good. And I think from there, he was also like, that was like from there my goal to return to EuroLeague, but on my own terms, not to be like a young player playing at home. That kind of I just want to. I still would want to return to EuroLeague, and I hope that's gonna happen one day. But that was super nice. I really loved every aspect of it. Just playing against the best players. We freaking beat Yekaterinburg that season, which was like mind blowing. Like I remember just telling everybody who were at home, like, you don't if you don't want to, don't come to any other games. Come to this one. Like really, Brittany Griner, like all of these people, like playing there. Just like this is gonna be great. Like you're gonna see the girls dunking. Like that's something like a big show, and they're coming to Riga. Like just come, and we end up winning this game. And coach being like even got 2 texts, and head coach he was like sent out, and then we use our assistant coach Mati Strožlop, who is now like a national team head coach. He was with a little earpiece in his like little AirPod, like listening to do, but like he literally finished that game as the first, let's say, professional contract, no, professional team coaching game he won against Yekaterinburg. So
Pretty
pretty
good,
nice.
huh? Pretty
Yeah.
good. But for you individually, that I feel like was a great timing and also a great opportunity, as you said it yourself. And obviously, COVID not being in any of our plans, kind of struck it. But also, it's a great experience to have, like to tell our children that we survived the zombie apocalypse, low key.
Yeah.
But I think one big question is as we get older, as we do. Um, Obviously, we grow, we become mature, our mentality changes, our body changes. So, what's the difference between going into year one and now going, for you is year seven or year eight? Year seven?
Yeah, I'm a vet.
So, yes. So year one versus year seven. Like, what are the emotions, the lessons, and what mainly maybe are the differences that you're feeling?
Honestly, it's hard for me to even remember like how was my mentality when I was preparing like for the next seasons and all this. Now I just feel like I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I just need to make a plan and follow it. And I think the hardest part, like when you are out of college, is to find your like people around you. Okay, which gym you're gonna go to, which court you're gonna go to, what coaches you're gonna do, like how you gonna schedule this. Even tried to play 3x3. How is that gonna, do I want to play in the summer? So just making a plan and having the people around you that you trust, that regardless of the team and the school and all this, like you kind of work with them. I think that probably is like I have slowly like collected some people around me. I know like my little routine and all this. So I think that's the biggest part. I feel like yeah, I have also allowed myself to take breaks from basketball, which honestly has made me like I still love basketball so much, but there are moments even like now during the summertime, like I know that the next season is still few months away, like it's okay for me to step away. I did my long season in France, came back for the national team, even went to individual camp in Spain, and I'm like, okay, few weeks, do anything else. Just do anything else, but keep your body healthy. My off-season workouts are obviously like, going strong, like month in or something like this, but just the basketball part, you know what you need to do. And yeah, don't, yeah, I don't know even how to say, don't compare yourself to what other people are doing because their seasons might be starting earlier or later than you. Some people might do 3x3, some people might be playing in the summertime, some people may be coming back from injury. So you don't compare yourself, just find people that you trust yourself, and go into the gym, like lifting weights and doing all this. Like it's probably the most important thing, because if you're healthy, then you can figure everything out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
the second you don't have that base, like there's some things that can happen and it's kind of out of your control. At least if you have, yeah, exactly. I mean, we're talking a lot about injuries and injury prevention and all of this, but it's been taking years to understand that, like, it's not just to go into gym, but like actually putting and making it count that matters.
Mm. So, the advice to your younger self, would
Alex's
that be it?
favorite question.
Yes. Um, Advice to your younger self. Start working with the therapist earlier.
Ha 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 ha
Ha
ha.
ha 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 ha. But
But
for real.
actually, it is important. Like the mental health is like a big thing, and like a lot of us need it way more than we think we do. Like than we think, or some people don't think that we need it at all, but we do. And especially if you find like a good specialist, and you're working well together, then definitely, yeah, as you say, just
Yeah, I mean that's thing that I feel like with our generation, like the stigma around the like the mental health part, just to like touch on that a little bit, has changed a lot. I feel like a lot of players and a lot of people in general are like, you know, not even like say solving problems, but like you have so much potential in yourself. Like how you need a coach, that's how you need also like a mental coach. And I always has have told Albert, I wish I met you earlier. You know, like he was our guest the last time, and he said yes, I understand where you're coming from, but also for this whole process to, you know, untangle a lot of the things, you have to have self of maturity to even be self-aware to like start unlocking something. So I wish I could have started working with him when I was 14, you know?
Mhm.
Um, and but now we've been going 3 years strong. I feel like the peace of mind, the what I've been striving for, you know, the trust in myself and just like the general level of calmness that I have around like stressful situations, like has gone like it's day and night, you know, and that's what yeah, don't be afraid to, and I don't know, that's it. That's for younger self, I'm gonna say, go to therapy earlier, let go of the things. You don't have to control that much things to yourself. I think that's for me is a lot of big thing just to try to control what I can because there's so many uncontrollables and I can't really, my mind cannot deal with that. So just let go and it will be fine.
Nice. Okay. Now it's your segment. Fire question.
so it's
Did you write
us.
some new ones so I can be prepared? Because I always been thinking about these answers when I ask 100 people.
Well,
Okay,
you shall see.
you shall see the most important part of the the most important questions everybody wants to know.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm ready.
pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes, but crepes.
Okay.
Soy or almond milk?
Almond milk.
Wine or beer?
Neither. You
Uh,
guys should know this.
Wine, beer, or Aperol? Also neither.
Aperol
Listen,
below all of them.
listening to music or reading a book?
Um, Depends, honestly. Like, really depends, like on the mood. But I think now in the summertime, I rather like listening to music. I think.
Painting or hiking?
Mm, Both.
Texting or calling?
Voice notes.
Fact.
And they are laughing because I send them so many that they they really they are sick of me.
Uh, Spain, France, or Hungary?
Hmm, Spain.
What do you value most in your friendships?
Mm, um, the sense of safety and yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait, we
Oh,
do last thing, a quick answer. we have some questions from the story. Um, Quickly, what do you love about Latvian national team, and who is your bestie there?
Honestly, I'm looking at them both, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'll take it. Who is your favorite teammate you ever played with?
I already saw that Boki asked this. Digna, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna honestly, you know what? We are flying to Montenegro, so I'm gonna say Boki. No,
So that we
like
have a place to stay.
exactly. We have to say that. We have to say that. No, no, we love you. We love you, Boki.
And one last one. I mean, Vanessa, she already answered that, so we're not gonna answer that. So,
What was the
what
question?
what Paula is doing in off season? You
Oh,
already answered that, so I guess she'll have to watch it on YouTube.
yeah, beach volleyball. On top of that, we still haven't done tennis. We have to do that, and that's it. I mean, I think beach volley is the main thing we are doing right now.
And just good vibes.
Good vibes, beach volley, lifting weights, and waiting
Three
for the
X,
sun to come to Latvia.
3x. 3 I can
If
read.
Dean is doing this, we have to stop the live.
Dign is trying to recruit me for the 3x3.
Heard that. Okay, guys, thank you for listening. Thank those for those who tuned in. Remember, we have our merch, and yeah, stay tuned to all our activities. We're going to Ghetto Games Festival this weekend. We have a lot of just a lot of news coming in. We're super excited and we're super ready to get this season on the roll. So thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions, DM us and we'll be waiting.
Yeah, watch this episode on YouTube later. And yeah, bye. It was
Bye.
such an exciting, like, I could talk as much as I want, you know? That's all I need in life.